Good evening, and welcome to the series finale of the Schechter radio show series. This week's show, Fibber, McGee, and Molly, Money in a Shoebox, will begin in just a moment. Thank you all for tuning in to our shows. We hope they've been as fun for you to watch as they've been for us to perform. Once again, our deepest thanks to the John R. Halligan Charitable Fund for their generous support of these radio shows and our fine arts program. Since this is a radio show, we suggest that you try to listen with your eyes closed to get all of the effects. So now, without further ado, we bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly and Money in a Shoebox.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber, McGee, and Molly. Proudly brought to you by the Solomon Schechter Radio Hour.
You know, there's only one genuine Johnson's Glow Coat. No other self-polishing floor wax can make your kitchen linoleum shine and glisten in exactly the same way. And I'm sure that's why more women use Glow Coat than any other self-polishing floor wax. But now there's a special reason for changing to Johnson's Glow Coat. Glow Coat has a new glow, a glow that makes your linoleum shine with greater luster and beauty, far more brightly than before. And getting that glistening finish is so easy. You just apply Glow Coat to your linoleum, let it dry, and watch it produce its own sparkling luster. Johnson's Glow Coat needs no help from you. There's no buffing or polishing necessary. Try the Glow Coat with the new glow, the one made exclusively by S.C. Johnson & Sons. You can tell genuine Johnson's Glow Coat by the familiar yellow container with the bright red band. Ask for a Glow Coat tomorrow and make your kitchen a brighter place to work.
It's amazing what strange things can happen with ordinary objects. Look what Alice did with the looking glass. Remember what fun Aladdin had with the lamp? See what a beanstalk did for Jack? And look who's coming up the front steps of 79 Wistful Vista with a common-looking shoebox. Yes, it's himself, of Fibber, and Molly.
Hey Molly, I'm back from downtown. I got home with my shoes.
Good for you. Did you get home for your trousers too? Because it's pretty nippy to be... Oh, do you mean the shoes you had half soled?
Yep, the instant service shoe repair. I left them yesterday and got them today.
Ah.
Here they are. Might as well open them up and put them on. Obviously, well, that's funny. I could have sworn that shoemaker gave me my shoes in a brown box.
Looks more like a dirty white to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it faded.
Oh, well, don't matter. Hey, these aren't my shoes at all. This is just an old box full of folding money. Money!
What?
Hey, holy cake smoke, Molly. Look at the greenbacks. A box full.
Heavenly days, McGee. Paper money. Oh, dear.
Stacks of it. 10s and 20s. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Money, money, money. Why, we're rich, Molly.
Oh, McGee, we're no such a thing. And put the lid back on it quick.
Huh?
My goodness. I never seen so much temptation in one pile in my life. Where'd you get it?
Millions. Thousands, anyway. Huh? Oh. Why, the shoeman gave it to me, and no, come to think of it, I walked and put my shoes in a box and handed it to me.
All right, and then what?
Well, I took a streetcar home, changed the seats a couple of times. Hey, that's what must have happened. I must have gotten boxes fixed with somebody on the streetcar some way. And to think of all the nasty things I've said about that lovely streetcar company.
Well, you can apologize to them tomorrow, dearie. Right now, we'd better
count it. You said it. Watch out now. I'll flip it out, and... Woohoo! Look at those beautiful stacks of Jack, all labeled nice and neatly.
McGee, please, put it back in the box.
Huh?
Oh, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Oh, boy. I've waited a long time for this, Molly. This is a real American success story, kiddo. You know that?
Success story?
Why, certainly. A poor boy works hard all his life, always honest and fair to his fellow man, gives everybody an even break, picks up the wrong box on the streetcar, and winds up rich. That's America, opportunity for all. Where else could a thing like that happen? Let me see. 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000.
No, McGee, no. Stop talking like that. Somebody lost that money and...
And I'll say they did. And I found it. Go get the steamship companies on the phone, baby. Time's a wasting. Oh boy, Honolulu, Waikiki Beach, lying on the sand at Oahu.
That's pronounced Oahu, dearie.
You said it. Wahoo! I found it. Yes, sir. We'll both go to Oahu. I'd better count it again. Carefuler. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
It's probably the man right now.
Hold it. Hold it now. Don't let him in. Wait till I put this dough away. It's in the desk. Don't tell anybody about it. There. Come in.
Oh, for goodness sake, it's Dr. Gamble. Come in, doctor.
Thank you, Molly. And a good day to you, Eggface.
Oh, it's you. Hi, Schechter. You can't stay, can you?
Huh?
You're just passing through, I hope.
McGee, what kind of greeting is that for the good doctor?
Well,
Ignore him, my dear. I always do. Besides, I believe he can always find some good in everybody. Even little gutter nose here.
certainly.
In fact, the more I talk to people about you, my boy, the more I realize you have one thing about you that everybody loves.
Yeah? What, doctor?
Your wife.
Oh.
Thank you, doctor. Please, sit down and visit a while. It's nice to talk to you.
Don't encourage her, Molly. Let her go. I've got no time to be gabbing about odds and ends with a gal with one of the oddest ends that ever busted a spring. I got important things to do.
Your idea of something important to do, Knuckle Nose, is to go sit in the corner and count your toes. Or can you not count that high yet?
Now, doctor, don't tease him. He's just things on his mind this morning, that's all. He's really a pretty nice lad.
If he is, he manages to conceal it very well. Why, I took out an appendix last week and it had more charm and personality than he has.
Oh, yeah? You took out my appendix, too, 3 years ago. But I still get sore throats, Fribble.
McGee, that's not from your appendix. It's only since you had your tonsils out that you keep catching cold.
Well, she took them out, too. Calls herself a doctor, and she can't even tell people how to keep from catching colds.
I can tell you how to keep from catching cold, Mushmouth.
Huh?
Do as I say and you'll never have another one.
Yeah, what do I do?
Stop breathing. Look, I'd like to stay and chat a while, Molly, but I must be going. I have plans to enjoy a night out at the cinema tonight.
Oh, good for you, doctor. You know, I've heard that new Abbott and Costello film is not to be missed.
Yeah, I've heard that too. In fact, that's the film I'm going to see.
No kidding. Let us know how it is.
Next time I see you, you know I will.
Fantastic, doctor.
Well, so long.
At last, let me have that dough. Boy, oh boy, is this living. Call the steamship companies, Molly. Get a travel agency.
Now look, McGee, whoever lost this will undoubtedly run an ad in the paper.
I got that covered. Don't let a newspaper in here. If we don't read the ad, we're not responsible. If the paper boy throws the evening paper on the porch, I'll throw back at him. I'll knock him off that bicycle so fast he'll... Well, let me see. 10, 20, 30, 40...
Let's take a quick musical break so you can catch your breath from all the laughing. And there's more comedy to come. But first, once again, the musical lyricism of Noah Helmer performing It's Been a Long Time, and Irelandaise, and Jack Brody performing Can Can. They are accompanied by Mr. Danny Kahn.
960, 970, 980, 990. Hot 5,000. Hot dog, 5 grand. Better count it once more to be sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
Oh, look,
60,
Mickey, you gotta get rid of that
70,
money.
80.
You've gotta find the owner. Why don't you put an ad in the Gazette?
Oh, fine. Great idea. Well, the person or persons who lost $5,000 on their 10s and 20s in the 14th Street streetcar, please contact Simple-Minded Fibber McGee, 79 Wistful Vista. My gosh, Tootsie, with I like that, we'd make the 1849 gold rush look like a turtle race.
You don't have to advertise like that, silly, but you can't keep money that isn't yours.
They've got my shoes, haven't they?
Oh,
Is it my fault that they got the worst of the trade? Look, it was cold this morning.
yes.
Suppose some barefoot guy seen them shoes, he said to himself. Well, he says, there's a nice pair of shoes. I'll just take them shoes and leave this $5,000. So we swap boxes. I get 5 grand and he keeps his feet from freezing. You want I should relish on a deal like that?
Well, you'll have to wrestle with your own conscience, if any. I'm sure you'll find some way to get this money back to its owners. In the meantime, I've got to go get some potatoes in the oven for dinner.
Okay, Tootsie. There goes a good kid. Too good, almost. He or she has a chance to get a mink coat, a trip to Sun Valley, and a diamond tiara. And what does she do? Tries to get 5 grand back to some dimwit who has... Come in.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hi, Teeny. Come on in. I'm glad to see you, sis. I got a question I'd like to ask you.
Oh, okay.
Look, you're a nice, clean, upstanding little girl.
I'll say I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nice and clean on account of my mama made me take a bath, I bet ya.
Oh.
And I'm upstanding because she had to persuade me with a hairbrush. Oh boy, could my mama persuade.
Yeah, I know what you mean, sis. I was 18 years old myself before I knew you could use a hairbrush for brushing hair, too. But look, about my question. Just suppose you accidentally now, found $5,000 on a streetcar, see?
$5,000?
Just supposing, of course. What would you do with it? Keep it?
Oh, no, mister. No, never.
Oh, you wouldn't, huh?
No, I'd give it to my daddy, I bet ya.
Yeah, and what'd he do with it? Keep it or take it back?
That, mister, is a very interesting question.
Yeah.
I've seen him get 30 cents too much change at the store and forgot to mention it. But on the other hand, I've seen him get short change 2 cents and yell his head off. Guess that's human nature, I guess.
Yeah, you're not much help, sis, but thanks for trying anyway.
Is that $5,000 over there, mister?
Huh?
All that green stuff under the newspaper there.
Oh, now look, sis, please don't go blabbing about this all over town. My gosh, you'll start a stampede and that. Do me a favor. Forget it, will ya?
Oh, sure. I'm a good forgetter, I betcha. Especially when I'm drinking chocolate sodas. Oh boy, I could drink 3 chocolate sodas and forget my own name, I betcha.
Here's a buck. Forget my name, too, will ya?
Okay, so long, mister.
Well, I guess I'd better count again. Let's see now. 10, 20, 30.
Oh, McGee, for goodness sakes, stop counting that money. It's $5,000 and it isn't going to change.
Okay, but I wish you'd realize what we could do with this dough. My gosh, kiddo, you said if we could afford it, you'd like to travel.
I would, but I don't want to be looking over my shoulder all the time when I might be seeing the Grand Canyon or something. Besides...
Hello, Molly. Hi, pal. What's the good? Hey, is that money?
It ain't chop chives, Junior.
Mr. Wilcox, may we ask you a hypothetical question?
Certainly.
Okay, look, suppose you were coming home on a streetcar and found $5,000 in an old shoebox. What would you do?
Burn the box, hide the dough, and keep my trap shut.
I don't believe it.
Well, no, I guess I wouldn't at that.
I suppose you'd make every effort to find the owner and return the money to him?
Yeah. I guess I would. I'm a fool, but I'm an honest fool.
Well, himself here seems to be proceeding on the finders, keepers, losers, weepers theory.
And why not? Who can be trusted with $5,000 better than them dope who leaves it laying in a streetcar on a seat? Who can be trusted better than that? I can. I can do a lot of people a lot of good with this money.
Like whom, for instance?
Travel agents, deck stewards, jewelry salesmen, mink raisers. They've got to live too, you know. They're people, same as us.
Look, pal, let me tell you something. I'm no goody-goody. I don't preach to people. But after all, you've got to live with yourself, pal. You've got to be honest with yourself. Suppose somebody walked up to me and said, "Hello, what's absolutely the only answer to scuffed up, worn-looking linoleum?"
Heavenly days, how do we ever get to linoleum?
Suppose they asked me, "What is it that brightens up the colors of that linoleum, makes spilled things so easy to wipe up, protects it against dust and snow and muddy footprints, that shines as it dries to a lovely, sparkling, protective gloss, that requires no rubbing, no buffing, and has an added glow these days that means so much to winter housekeeping?"
You mean?
Why, suddenly, I'd say Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, naturally. If I gave any other answer, it'd be sheer dishonesty. I wouldn't sleep a wink. I'd be deceitful. I'd feel like a dog.
See what he means, McGee?
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, I'm convinced. But actually, you made me see the light.
Good.
Thank goodness at last.
Yep, from now on, anytime anybody asks me what's good for linoleum, I'll tell them glow coat. But to get back to these $5,000 I found, Junior, do you think I ought to keep it or spend it?
Take it back, pal. Take it back and be a hero. Whoever lost that dough will turn this town upside down looking for it. So you might as well kiss it goodbye anyhow.
Guess it what?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Wilcox.
Goodbye.
A lot of help he was.
Look, dearie, why don't we just take this money to the police station? They'll find the owner and all our worries will... Come in. Oh, it's Mayor Latrivia, McGee. Come in, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mrs. McGee. Hello, McGee.
Hello, Latriv.
What are you so grumpy about?
Well, he just found $5,000 in cash, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, my heart bleeds for you. What would you have done if you found $50,000? Beat your head against a wall?
I ain't sore because I found it. I'm sore because nobody wants me to keep it. What's the good of clean living, ultra exercise, eating a lot of fresh eggs and vegetables if a guy can't keep what he finds on a streetcar?
If a man in a phone booth said he flew over Kansas in a tornado, I don't believe I'd quite get the connection.
McGee, I'm a member of a legal profession. Now, give me the details on this case, and I'll try to advise you according to the law.
Great, Latriv. Raise your right hand.
Very well.
You swear to believe everything I say, no matter how ridiculous.
McGee, you're the witness. He's the lawyer.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, swear me in, counselor.
It won't be necessary for a preliminary hearing. Now then, how did this happen?
Well, you see, Mr. Mayor, he had his shoes repaired and was bringing them home on the streetcar, and he evidently got the boxes mixed up.
I object. That's hearsay evidence.
Do you mean McGee picked up the wrong shoebox when he got off the streetcar, got home, and found $5,000 in it?
Yeah. Now if I try to return it, what's to prevent the legal owner from brushing me off with a $3 reward or something?
Nothing. In fact, that's probably what will happen. Then you can say, "Where are my shoes?" And he'll say, "I threw them away." And you will say, "I had $10,000 sewed up in the lining of those shoes, and I'm going to sue you, but I'll settle for $2,500.
Heavenly days,
The trivia, you're hired. Why, that's the finest.
Plus, he'll say, "If you sue me, I'll charge you with malicious prosecution and sue you for $100,000.
We're losing money fast.
Then you merely answer, "I'll countersue you for $500,000 for defamation of character."
Huh?
He says, "I'll sue you for $1 million, you crook." You say, "Crook, eh? That'll cost you $2 million for slander."
Wow, $2 million. Can I collect it, Latriv?
No, because he'll check up on your bank account, look into your financial background, and have you jailed as a vagrant.
Oh, dear.
So my advice to you is to take the $3 reward, if any. Come on, I'll drive you down to the police station to turn it in.
If you want lustrous, beautiful furniture, dusting won't do. To clean your furniture to perfection, polish it to beauty, you need Johnson's Cream Wax. It cleans so quickly, dries so quickly, polishes so quickly that using it is practically as easy as dusting. Why? With Johnson's Cream Wax, it's possible to completely clean and polish a coffee table in just 40 seconds because Johnson's Cream Wax not only cleans in a moment, it dries and polishes in a moment. And it dries hard, leaves no sticky oil to catch more dust as soon as you finish. Ask for Johnson's Cream Wax today, the fastest furniture wax polish you can buy. You'll get clean furniture polished to a high luster practically as easy as you now do your dusting.
And now, another musical interlude.
Gee whiz, Molly. I still say this is the wrong way to handle this money.
The police station is right in front of us, dearie.
I see it.
Nice of Mary Latrivia to drive us this far.
But look, kiddo, just let me go back to Kramer's drugstore and break one of these tents, will ya? I'll get some M&Ms out of it at least.
No, don't touch a penny of it, McGee. Now come on, open the door and don't drop the money.
Hey, look on that bench over there. Isn't that Wallace Wimple?
It certainly is. Hello, Mr. Wimple. Imagine meeting you here.
Yeah, hi, Wimp. Trouble boy?
Hello, folks. No, nothing special, Mr. McGee. I just wanted some license information.
Dog license or hunting license?
No, long story short, my uncle ran into a lamppost and they revoked his driver's license.
So?
Well, I was wondering if they could do something about my marriage license. They said no, but what brings you down here, Mr. McGee? A policeman?
No, I and Molly just came down to turn in a shoebox I found filled with 5 G's in it.
5 G's? I found 2 G's in front of the Bijou Theater one day.
Yeah?
They fell off the marquee during a high wind. Oh, wait. Do you mean money?
Open the box, dearie.
Okay. There. Cast your glimmers on that pretty pile of pesos, boy.
Ooh, look at that loot.
He picked up the wrong package on the streetcar this morning, Mr. Wimple, and this is it.
My goodness. I picked up the wrong package on the bus one time, and when I got home and opened it, you know what it was?
What, Wimp?
Somebody's garbage. I ran an ad in the paper, but nobody ever answered. Mr. McGee, you had better cover up that money quick. The sergeant's looking at you.
Where?
Right here, mister. Bring it up here. Let's have a look at it. That's a lot of money you've got there.
5,000 bucks. I had my shoes in a box on the streetcar, Sergeant, see? And some guy picked up the wrong box and left me this one. My wife says I ought to turn it in.
Your name and address, please?
Me? I'm Fibber of 79 Wistful Vista. And this is my wife, Molly.
How do you do, Sergeant?
Fibber McGee. Noted.
I'm Wallace Wimple, a friend. I can vouch for Mr. McGee. He's all right, unless you've got something on him.
Your occupation, Mr. McGee?
Good question.
Well, I do a lot of things. That is,
Duly noted.
For goodness sakes, Mary Latrivia himself drove us down here. We're very good friends of his. Note that too, Sergeant.
Newly noted.
Now, about the stove, Sarge. There's 5,000 bucks in there in 10s and 20s. You can give me your receipt for it, and if your guys can't find if the guy that had lost it, I'll pick it up in the morning. See?
He's got a trip he'd like to take to Honolulu, Sergeant.
Yeah.
And if you can't find the owner, I'll go with him.
Sure. And if somebody does claim it, call me, and we'll tear down the story so fast.
Yeah, okay, all right. You folks can go now. We just contacted the mayor, and he vouches for you.
He'd better. The things we know about him.
Thanks for bringing this in, and I know the Secret Service boys will be glad to see it. They'll want to ask you a few questions tomorrow about where you found it, of course.
Secret Service?
What have they got to do with it?
This is counterfeit dough, lady.
Huh?
And if you tried to spend any of it, you'd really have been in trouble.
Oh,
There's a cop behind every cash register in town waiting for it.
I know a store that doesn't use a cash register. They just have a paper bag under the counter.
What?
Mind your own beeswax, bucko.
What was that?
Now, take it easy, Mr. Wimple.
Much obliged, Sarge. Tell the Secret Service boys I'm always glad to cooperate. You know, I had a feeling that tip was no good. That's why I insisted on running right to the police with it. And Miss McGee?
Yes, we wanted to go to Honolulu with a hard way, officer. Well, we'll stop at the radio station on the way home and see if we can't get on a quiz program.
Yeah.
Come on, dearie.
Okay.
You know, there's no doubt about it. The self-polishing floor wax that you want is the one that will give your kitchen linoleum a high luster, make it shine far more brightly. Well, there is a wax that will do it. It's Glow Coat, the self-polishing floor wax made exclusively by S.C. Johnson & Sons. Glow Coat has a new glow that makes your linoleum glisten with a more beautiful finish. So, be sure to look for the familiar yellow container with the bright red band. And that container is genuine. Johnson's Glow Coat, the new glow-on Glow Coat for a brighter, more effective kitchen linoleum.
10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Oh, McGee, what are you counting now?
Sheep with greenbacks jumping out of a shoebox.
Put the lid on and go to sleep, dearie.
Okay. Good night. 60, 70, 80.
Good night, all.
Time for an always lovely musical break. This time we have Noah Helmer on tenor sax and Jack Brody on trumpet bringing us Hipster Boogie. Take it away. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat bring you Fibber and Molly, and the musical talents of Jack and Noah. This is the Solomon Schechter Radio Hour. Good night.